Guys and nerds, geeks and girls, Sean here from Oz Interactive, and the time has come. I have been waiting so long to bring this to you. After delay after delay after delay, I have finally gone back to that quiet little mountain town in Colorado for my review of South Park: The Fractured But Whole.
What has become of this city? There used to be laws, justice, not anymore. Crime is out of control, cats are missing, and townspeople are being victimized.
Oh, hey! Who pooped on my porch?
What's going on with you? Whoa! Whoa! We were supposed to protect those who couldn't protect themselves.
Get off my car, you little pecker!
Now superheroes are torn apart by political differences. We are two sides at war. But war isn't going to save our city. Time travel is my only hope now. Myths tell of ancient times, when a new king united a kingdom torn apart by a powerful stick.
Hi, hon.
Shut up, Mom. There's no time to waste. I have to go back, change the present if I can, and find this cat. And in doing so, perhaps I can change what has happened to all of us.
First thing you're going to do when you enter the South Park: The Fractured But Whole is customize your character. So there's a whole heap of hairdos, makeup styles, clothing, all that kind of stuff that it's pretty basic for the start. Let me make this perfectly clear. This is all for cosmetic. Okay, just like all the costumes you're going to collect during the game, everything is going to be completely cosmetic, and you'll end up changing the complete look of your character within probably about 5 minutes of entering the game. So wouldn't spend too much time right here, but yeah, have a bit of fun. I've gone for a little bit of a hipster look just here with my green hair and cool purple mustache. What we will talk about though is the difficulty setting. So easy, you're going to be a white guy, and if you're black, well, you know, as Cartman says,
Don't worry, this doesn't affect combat, just every other aspect of your whole life.
every other aspect of your life, meaning it's going to be harder for you to get friends whilst in the game. You're going to earn less money from looting things and all that kind of stuff. But I like a challenge, and here I go. I'm going to be one of the black guys. The story starts off right where the Stick of Truth finished, but someone's missing. Can you spot it?
The Moorish are attacking! There's Moorish everywhere! Don't let them get to our base!
It's too late! They've taken Koopa King! Ah! Phyllis, they got the base! You gotta stop them!
Fight the Moorish!
Their armor is too strong! They're wearing bicycle helmets!
Where is the king?
Where else would he be but taking a dump? Yep, South Park: The Fractured But Whole puts you straight into the driver's seat on your very first crap on your very own toilet. That's right, just squeeze it out and pinch it off. And in the Fractured But Whole, you just acquire your poo. I like the good old days with the Stick of Truth, where you actually had to go rummaging in the toilet for it. Enough of that though, we've got bigger fish to fry.
Release the dragon!
That's right, a dragon. So the combat in Fractured But Whole is a little bit different from what you'd expect coming from Stick of Truth. As you can see, there's a layout on the ground of square boxes. You've got a certain amount of room that you're able to move around in on each turn. You've got your simple choices down the bottom, which is all of your basic spells, if you will. You can dispense away with the little minions, if you will, at the start pretty easily with some of the basic spells. But as you can see, the dragon here, he's laid out some red columns on the ground there, which is where his massive attack is going to go be. Just there, so we've dodged away from that. But yeah, we got in there nice and close.
damn kids!
Clear!
All right, so we'll just get all this back out. Damn cars always stuffing up the combat during this.
As I was saying,
But yeah,
you get
so
nothing
you can
here.
once you've built up a certain amount of energy, you can use a big attack which can dispense away with some of the larger foes, or say a larger area with a few enemies inside it.
Oh my god, he defeated the dragon! No frickin' way! That kid's amazing!
Now that we've had a quick look at the combat, we'll just have a look at the open worldy kind of things. We can go into Cartman's room, open up his closet, like we put in Stick of Truth, see all the cool little things inside there. Cartman's journal, as you can see, there's a lot of nice filthy little drawings there that he's done. We'll then go ahead, keep on walking around, kick Cartman's cat, then give it a little pat. I'm sorry. Yeah, and then we're going to Cartman's mum's room, just using the loot feature, the same as what we did in Stick of Truth. Just make sure we start getting some of that loot, just so we're able to use it for crafting a bit later on. Once again, go in, we'll just make sure we loot everything out of the bathroom, and then yeah, it's on to take another dump. For you trophy collectors out there, there is 21 toilets in South Park Fractured But Whole that you can take a dump on. So all of them like this little mini game here that you're seeing. You're going to mash a couple of buttons and you're going to gas it up, and you get another star, and then you gas yourself up again, and then another little button mash, if you will, and yeah, hopefully you get it. So you need to get it all, and you need to get all the stars in all the toilets. Just make sure you get it right up the top. You squeeze it out right there at the end like that. Not too hard though. You don't want to get a fractured butthole, if you know what I mean. No? Come on, I'm a dad. I'm allowed to make dad jokes like that. No?
Poopsikins! There's a loud ringing coming from your basement playroom.
The Coon Alert! Come on, Coon friends! Go get your stuff and report back to the Coon Lair! In the future, Coon and Friends assemble! Sorry guys, you can't play with us. We're playing superheroes now, and you guys are dorks.
Come on,
Excuse me?
don't leave me outside with the dorks. I want to play superheroes.
Hey! Do not touch that! That device can blow up the entire Milky Way galaxy! Jesus fuck! Mom! The new kid is trying to play with the Cube of Ultimate Destruction!
You be nice to all your friends, Eric. Be a good sharer.
Good sharer! It'll blow up the fucking galaxies! Stupid bitch!
Okay, let's talk interface. Firstly, everything's going to be directed through your smartphone here. So we'll have a quick look at the map. So we've got a few additions here that weren't in the Stick of Truth. So we've got Mephisto's lab up in the top corner over there. We can go down the bottom and across to historic Soda Sopa there. We've got the Canadian Wall up in the top right hand corner. Professor Chaos and his Use Store It up the top there. We've got Token's house, the aged care facility for South Park. Then we have our strip club there, and Shitipa Town over here. Shitipa Town? Shitpa Town? Shit, that's the shitty part of town. Next up we have the costumes. Once again, as I stated earlier, these are all completely cosmetic. We've got some pretty funny costumes in there that you'll collect throughout the game, and there's also a couple in there that you can get from the Uplay store, including a pretty cool little Assassin's Creed outfit. As you progress throughout the game, you'll open up your different classes, and here in the powers screen you can choose all your different powers and completely modify your character out for the way that you want to play and the way that you want to use the combat. So all the different classes that you'll get the Brutalist, Gadgeteer, Cyborg, Elementalist, Martial Artist, Speedster, Blaster, Psychic, Assassin, and the Plant Mancer. So it's pretty cool that you can actually go through all of this and find just the way that you want to play and choose all the different powers from those different classes. Next we have our allies screen, so these will be the teammates that you have in your combat, so it's completely customizable of who you actually want to play with on your team. So we've got Fast Pass there, Little Jimmy, Wonder Twig, Token as Tupperware, Stan as Toolshed, Professor Chaos, Butters, Captain Diabetes, Call Girl, Mosquito, and Kyle there is the human kite. Then there's the character sheet, so this here will go through and it'll show you all of the basic little side missions and collectibles and all that kind of stuff that you need to get. As you progress through the game, you'll also open up your own character sheet, so you'll be able to basically pick who you are and what you want to be. It's also got the character sheets there for all the other characters, the summons that you'll get, so you've got Cheesing Gerald, Moses, then we've got Ned and Jimbo, and the last one is Classy. No Jesus and Mr. Slave this time, which is quite upsetting. They were pretty funny in the other ones. Next up we've got our Coonstagram, which is basically just our live feed like the Facebook feed was in the original Stick of Truth. So you'll see all your pictures and your selfies come up there when you take them when you get new characters. Then there's our crafting menu, so we'll be able to craft costumes that we find recipes for throughout the game. There's also artifacts that you can craft, which we'll talk about shortly, and also the consumables, so all your revives, all your health potions and all that kind of stuff is where you'll find there, plus some certain mission crafting that needs to be done. The artifact screen is the big new thing in a Fractured But Whole. So in here you'll be able to pick out choose what kind of DNA you want to have, which will give you all different certain buffs like strength and health and all that kind of stuff. Then we've actually got the actual artifacts, so this is the way that you level up within the game. With Stick of Truth, it was via putting different kinds of costumes on that you found throughout the world. This time here it's by using artifacts. Our inventory screen, that shows basically everything that we've got. So it's got some mission items there, how many of the consumables we actually own, things like garage keys and like member berries, all that kind of stuff. Then we've got our components there that we're going to use for all of our crafting. So just gives you a quick rundown on how much stuff you've actually got. Lastly, we have our settings screen here, which we'll be able to go through and basically customize our phone if we want to use it. It also stores in our photo gallery all the selfies that we've taken with different people that we've met around South Park, and also the Yowie. So the Yowie is all the pictures, the main collectible that you need to get within the game, and you'll be able to find all your pictures here are the ones that you've got with Tweak and Craig. So that's all in the settings screen there. Then we'll also be able to actually customize what we want our phone to look like. We can go through here, choose the background color, the phone color, and then we can choose if we want to have a cracked screen, a smudged screen, a scratched, what have you. We can all go through and check those. You can also change the wallpaper and the outside coloring of the actual phone there as well. Just a little customization thing that you might be interested in. I haven't really touched it, played around with anything like that there. The phone's just been left pretty simple. So now that we've gone through that there, we'll look at what my actual thoughts are. So we've walked around South Park. It's pretty much like the Stick of Truth. It's like you're walking around in an actual South Park episode. It's fantastic. I love the art style, the game and all that kind of stuff. It has been released in Australia completely uncensored, and I know why it's been completely uncensored. Nothing in this game do I find really remotely offensive compared to the first one. A big disappointment is just here right now inside Tom's Rhinoplasty. My first thing was, cool, I'm going to build up some money, I'm going to go get my David Hasselhoff face. No David Hasselhoff face. Absolutely destroyed. After that disappointment, I decided I'd go around town and fart on a few people, till I came to Unplanned Parenthood. And as per the Stick of Truth, I've gone, this is going to be good.
Thanks for reminding me.
A little bit of offensiveness in here. I'll just go in and see how I can get my hands dirty in here, and boom. It's a store. No little mission inside, no nothing, no Nazi zombies, no abortions, nothing, just nothing. So that was quite disappointing as well. After you finish the game, you find yourself wandering around South Park a lot and doing a lot more of the actual
Departing vigilante. You have a few moments to answer some
investigation
questions?
and finding out a lot of things that you probably missed during your initial playthrough. We've got Captain Hindsight here inside the newspaper there, and you know, it gets a bit boring. The replayability on this, once you have finished your main story, if you didn't do it on Mastermind level like I did, then you've got another chance to run through and get another couple of trophies and stuff like that. But in the end, it's going to be a pretty boring place to wander around once you've completely finished the game. There is not really all that much replayability in it. Now, I'm starting to be a bit negative here, but in the end, I absolutely love the game. It was a little disappointing for me because I think I expected so much from what I saw in the Stick of Truth. I expected to sit down and laugh constantly throughout the game about how offensive this was and how offended people would find this, and I just didn't really get that feeling from it. There was a chance there for them to really make this outrageous, but it seems like they've kind of taken a step back away from it, and they kind of catered to the masses, which is something that you've got to do in the video game industry. But at what cost? South Park has always been hilariously funny to me, very offensive to people. They pick on everybody in the games and everybody in the episodes, so it's not just one class of people or one race of people or one religion that gets picked on, it's everybody. And from this, I didn't really see that many like Jew jokes, or like was rampant throughout the Stick of Truth. The thing at the start with the choosing your difficulty, you know, like, look, it was a little bit edgy, but I really wouldn't class it as being overly offensive. So to finish it off, you know what, it is a fantastic game. I loved it. As I said, not quite as outrageous as what I thought it would be, but then again, it was a good game. It was great South Park experience. On a score of 1 to 12, I'd have to say I'd give it 8 queefs. Great experience. If you love South Park, you're going to love the game, no matter how non-offensive or offensive it is. So thanks for watching. I know it's been a long review. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video. Leave a comment below if you like it. Like us on YouTube, Oz Interactive, that's OZ Interactive. Also on Facebook as well, you'll find us on there. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Cheers.
Boogers and cum.